Hey everyone, it's Carly Shay and welcome to another What I Eat in a Week. Y'all really love the last one. It's now like my most viewed video. If you want to check that out, I'll link it up in the corner and down below. That one was for a school week, so it was just 5 days, but this is a full week. I did it over break. So it's Monday through Sunday, 7 days worth of meals. I eat a little bit differently when I don't have school. I typically just don't have lunch because I have like a late breakfast brunch type thing and then maybe a little snack and dinner. That's just how I like to eat. That's how I do it. Eat whatever you need, please, not what I need. But without further ado, let's get to the meals.
So for breakfast on Monday, I decided to make an egg, turkey, and cheese quesadilla. So to start, I scrambled an egg and added it to this adorable little mini pan with a bit of olive oil. My mom recently got some new pans for Christmas and she was going to donate this old one until I saw it and was like, oh, how dare you? No, that is the perfect little pan for like a single serve egg, especially fried eggs. You'll see me use it a bunch of times in this video. I'm so glad I kept it. It's literally amazing. Then I cut a small part of this tortilla so that it can fold like so, creating 4 different little sections. To one of the 4 sections of the tortilla, I added a little bit of turkey. In the next section, I of course added some shredded cheddar cheese. Then finally, I added my scrambled eggs. Then I folded my tortilla like this so that it was a nice little triangle. I let some butter melt in the little pan that I used to scramble my eggs. After it all fully melted, I added my quesadilla and let it cook until it was nice, brown, and crispy, and then flipped it and did the same to the other side. Finally, I sliced the quesadilla in half so it was easier to eat and breakfast was all ready.
That crunch though. Okay, so welcome to lunch of Monday. I was out driving around and I got a pliable. There's one like kind of close to my house. They're kind of all around the country though, so it's just like this really good smoothie bowl. I got the Nutella one, so it's like an acai bowl, or not acai, I don't know, but it's good. Banana, chocolate, Nutella, blueberries, coconut, that is all granola. Okay, hold on. Really good. I was really craving a smoothie bowl today. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go get one. Really good. So this is my dinner for Monday. We got noodles, bit of butter, garlic salts, bits of onions, thyme, and pepper. Oh, and some like Romano cheese. I don't know why, but this is hitting the spot. Very good. Very random. However, just kind of empty right now, but delicious.
So for breakfast on Tuesday, I toasted the sesame seed bagel and then of course spread a bunch of cream cheese all over it. To drink, I decided it'd be fun to make an iced matcha latte, so first I started out by sifting about 2 teaspoons of matcha powder into some nice hot water, and then I frothed it together so that it was nice and combined. Next, I added about 2 tablespoons of maple syrup to sweeten it, and once again frothed until it was nice and mixed. I want to say really quickly that I am aware this is very much not an authentic way of making a matcha latte, and honestly it's not that great, but I just wanted to share it with you guys since it is what I had that day, so do with this information what you will. But anyways, I poured about 1 cup of oat milk over ice and then added the matcha mixture. And finally, mixed it up a bit before drinking. For dinner on Tuesday, I made a HelloFresh for me and my parents, so I started off by cutting these potatoes into little wedges so that we could roast them in the oven like French fries. I also grated this clove of garlic because it says to dice it and that's so annoying. It's so small and it's just like, takes too much time. The grating is easier, I highly recommend. And then I also cut up this scallion into small pieces. I heated up some oil in this pan and then added this mixed veggies mix, and I seasoned it a ton. I added everything but the bagel seasoning, of course. It seems weird, but it just adds a little bit of extra flavor. And then some garlic powder. Next up, also a bit of soy sauce. Mixed it together, and I was so excited about these, and the veggies were actually old and they tasted like farts, so I didn't end up eating them anyway. But the potatoes are done roasting, so we pulled them out, and then it was time to make the gravy for the meatloaf. I totally forgot to film me making the meatloaf, but it was essentially just chives, beef, and breadcrumbs. But anyways, for the gravy, I added a bit of butter to a pan, let that melt, and then I added some more chives and some scallions. Once that had cooked for a little bit, I added a bit of flour. After mixing that all together, it was time to add the beef stock concentrate. Whisked it all together and the gravy was done. It did thicken after this, no need to worry. And then the meatloaf was done, so I grabbed that out of the oven. I added a bit of Chick-fil-A sauce to go with the french fries, and here's our finished product. For breakfast on Wednesday, I decided to make a yogurt parfait, so I started out by doing a layer of lemon yogurt, and then I layered on some blackberries, another layer of lemon yogurt, then some granola, some blueberries, one last little layer of lemon yogurt, another bit of granola, and then I also decided to add some honey, which was just like the cherry on top, just made it all perfect. As a little snack, I had this chocolatey holiday jingle mix. For dinner on Wednesday, the HelloFresh I was making for my family was a pork bowl, so I started out by cutting up all of these carrots so that we could roast them in the oven. And then I also chopped up the chives to top with and to make our sauce with. For seasoning on the roasted carrots, I did some salt and pepper, of course, but specifically this pink Himalayan salt. I really like the flavor it gives. And then a bit of garlic powder, and then these little onion flakes like you would find in everything but the bagel seasoning. And then I tossed it with, of course, some olive oil. To make this sauce, I added some butter to the white scallions in a pan, and then I added this teriyaki prepackaged sauce that comes with the HelloFresh, and then also the sesame seeds you're supposed to top with, because currently we've accumulated literally all the sesame seeds they ever gave us. So I was like, you know what, I'm adding it in this time, we're using these things. I also forgot, but I filmed making some rice off camera, and here is our finished product. We have a nice rice, some pork with our teriyaki sauce, and roasted carrots. So for breakfast on Thursday, I started out by frying this egg, and I struggled a lot to flip this thing. It took me way too long. I promise I'm usually better than this, and I did end up breaking the yolk, which is sad, but that's okay. The middle was still a little bit soft, which was great. But anyways, I just put the egg on some toast with butter, and then I sprinkled some everything but the bagel seasoning on top, of course. But to drink, I started out by making these 2 shots of espresso. While the espresso is still hot, I add about 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, and I mix it up really nicely so all of the little sugar granules are dissolved. Then I pour that brown sugar espresso mixture over some ice and an alcohol shaker, and I shake it up a bunch until when you pour it out, it's a bit frothy, which is super fun and super delicious. And to top off this drink, I added a bit of oat milk. This is a shaken brown sugar oat milk espresso, if you are curious. It's not really a copycat of the Starbucks because I don't like the Starbucks. I think it just tastes like oat milk. So this is my own version. As a snack, I once again had this holiday chocolatey mix. And for dinner on Thursday, me and my family got Raising Cane's. I had just the typical chicken sandwich. We actually didn't get french fries because our french fries are not worth it and they're kind of gross. But I did forget to film that, so apologies. For breakfast on Friday, I once again started out by frying some eggs. This time I did do 2. And the flip went much better this time. I did do it off camera so I could pull it a little closer to me and it was a bit easier. So maybe that's why, or maybe yesterday just sucked. But these eggs definitely turned out a little bit better. But today I spread some cream cheese on my 2 slices of toast, and then I added 1 fried egg to each of them, and of course sprinkled with some everything but the bagel seasoning. To drink, I just poured some chilled coffee over ice, and then I frothed up some half and half with a bit of chocolate sauce so that this was like a mocha latte. As a snack, I just had some delicious sourdough toast. I mean, listen to that crunch. And then me and my family went out for dinner. We got some Chinese. We like to do the family style, so here's my assorted plate. For breakfast on Saturday, I was feeling a bit lazy, so I just toasted up these toaster scramble things. They are a great quick breakfast. And for snack later on, you guessed it, the holiday mingle mix. For dinner, I started out by chopping up these onions into little slices. Once the onion was all cut up, it was time to do the same for the pepper, and I just sliced it into little slices. And finally, I cut up some little potatoes into little french fry-like pieces so that we could roast them like french fries. For the potatoes, I started out by of course adding some olive oil, and then to season I added some garlic powder, these little onion flakes, and paprika. And then I tossed them together with my hands. I promise my hands were super clean when doing this. It was super sanitary. And then I spread out all the little slices of potato so that none of them were on top of each other to ensure a nice and even cook. In a pan, I added the onions and peppers, and then I added a bit of pepper and salt to season, and of course some olive oil. Then to make this kind of garlic sauce that goes on the sandwich, I added mayo, sour cream, and garlic powder into a little bowl and mixed it together. And then for the garlic butter, just some softened butter, garlic powder, and pepper. Then I spread that garlic butter onto the bread and toasted it in the oven for a little bit. Then to a pan with oil, I added the chicken and first just made sure it was cooked all the way through. After letting it cook for a few minutes, I added the Italian seasoning and finished cooking it. Then to assemble the sandwich, I first added the garlic spread to one side of the bread and then added the chicken, pepper, and onion mixture on top of it. Then I also added some mozzarella cheese and put that back in the oven for a little bit so the cheese could melt. Put the tops of the bread back on, and there we have our dinner. And there we have it, an Italian chicken Philly with some french fries and leftover Raisin Cane sauce. For breakfast on Sunday, I toasted some Eggo waffles and then spread a bit of butter on top and then sprinkled it with a bit of sugar, which I totally forgot to film, just completely spaced it. So here's the finished product. Then to drink, I poured some chilled coffee over ice in this cup. And I added a little bit of caramel syrup and topped it off with some half and half. Mix it up and we essentially have a basic caramel latte. As a little snack, I had these white cheddar Cheez-Its. And my mom made this turkey chili for dinner, so I don't have any footage of making it. Apologies about that.
Alright y'all, I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to subscribe down below and ding the bell for more content like this. Let me know if you all want to see more of these What I Eat in a Week. If you like them, I will keep making them. And if you haven't already, be sure to check out my shorts where there's a bunch of What I Eat in a Days. They're super fun. Be sure to give this a big old thumbs up if you enjoy it. It boosts this video out to more people who also may enjoy seeing it. And comment down below some more videos you'd like to see me do. If you have a request, I will literally do my best to make that video. Alright, that's all I have for you guys today. Bye everyone!